Another story revolving technology, how lovely it is today with technology. Teens using the internet to get high.
Oh, another gateway drug.
How can
Here
you
we
do
go.
that? How can you do that?
These two-tone technology alters your brain waves and mental state. You can just stare at the computer, or you could lie down, close your eyes, put your headphones on, and listen to these sounds, and
that's
it'll alter your
hilarious.
state of mind.
I think it's hilarious.
They call it the digital drug. Like, really,
Yeah.
this is absolutely ridiculous.
Honestly, if there's a world today where we could get high off of our computers, I just think that's sad. You know?
Yeah.
Like, read a book. Go get a life or something like that. If the kids are on the internet and saying, "I want to get high, let me watch something," you know, that's just sad. That just shows something about our economy. And if this becomes a new gateway drug or something that leads into more serious drugs,
Right.
then there's a serious problem.
Yeah, I
with
mean
this.
that's the issue. It's the gateway drug type thing. Because actually, this doesn't do any like chemical altering. This isn't like a horrible thing, but the idea of it is, it's the gateway drug that's the problem here. You know what I mean? So
It's just gonna make people
anyone's gonna have
more
ac-
isolated and more isolated, just
Right.
like Facebook, just like MySpace, just like everything. This is just one more thing to make people, on their world, on their
I know,
world.
and if you ever thought about, like, what will they come up with next?
Right.
This is it.
Yeah.
Getting high off of your computer screen.
And it's sad because if this proves to be effective, it's only going to continue to advance more and more, and soon,
course.
like, it's going to be like dying on your computer screen, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
But
some
is there any
crazy
medical statement saying that this is bad for your health, or?
So far, no. I think it's still fairly new. And at first, when I was reading the article, when I first found it, I was kind of like snickering. I was like, oh my god, the next gateway drug. This
Yeah.
is like, they're overreacting. This is, relax. But then I started thinking,
Relax.
I'm not a parent, but think about this. You have young kids, and they're not using drugs, they're not using narcotics, they're not drinking alcohol, but they're on the computer and they're altering their state of mind.
yeah,
Is,
it's easy
is that
access
not worrisome?
too.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone can do it.
I have to
and,
check this.
And if they yeah.
No, honestly, I need to know what this is. I need to know.
They need to start IDing people on the computer. You know, you must be 18 to enter this website.
Yeah.
Full ID scan.
What it isn't. That's the thing. It's not a chemical altering thing. So that's the issue. Is like I said, it's the idea of the gateway thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's true. I mean, if the kids are doing this and they like that feeling, like, oh, what else is out
yeah,
there? And then they'll start
exactly. That's
experimenting.
a problem. That's a problem.
I'm just saying.
It's just like a starting point for something else.
All right.
All right, time for another short break, and we are going to wrap this edition of the Intern Show after this. Stay
Yes.
tuned.
See you.
You are back with the Intern Show, and we've got a story that's been all the rage, figuratively and literally, because Mel Gibson is an angry man.
Oh,
Very.
You cannot go to a website, a news source, and not hear about this guy. He's all over the place. And it's time to stop. He needs to be locked up.
He needs to, we need to give him a couple tranquilizers. He needs to be put down real slow, real fast. And it's sad because the guys from South Park, they nailed him right on the head
Wow.
a couple of years back, saying he was crazy. And you know what? It turns out that he is. He's anti-Semitic. I think he's a little racist. And now it just proves he's crazy. And he's just screaming at his ex-wife or whoever it was while she's being very sympathetic, calm. And it just, your respect for him. He used to be like a well-respected, looked up to movie star, but recently his reputation has just been skyrocketing downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for those who don't know the story, if you've been living under a rock this week, he is in a custody battle with not his ex-wife, my dear friend, his ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend.
Yes, they are battling it out to the bitter end about, over this child. And these tapes that are leaked, I gotta say, she denies it, but I think it's the girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
The lawyer says that it might have been like edited audio. It just seemed like when we were listening to the audio, it was like him just screaming and her like, really, really? Like, I'm like,
What is wrong?
This is so
Why
fake.
are you so mad? As she
You
holds
did
the
not
tape
trick me.
recorder.
Yeah.
When I heard the tapes, I was afraid of him. Literally, he was completely out of himself. I don't know. He was screaming, being rude. He's saying all those horrible things that you cannot say to a woman. It was. amazing.
To a woman or to a fellow human being?
Okay.
Yeah, that's no
Kimberly.
sexist there.
To anyone.
You know, Gibson's lawyers
You're a
say
resident feminist.
Gibson's lawyers say that tapes may have been edited, and you know that brings up like another possibility that he may not be as crazy as people think, and the tapes may have been edited because, of course, if you're listening with a tape recorder, you're gonna be calm. You're not gonna
Yeah,
scream.
that's
you know?
what I was thinking.
I have to say one thing. Why are these tapes online? Why did Mel Gibson's girlfriend post it on or send it to the radaronline.com?
For money.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
Yeah,
Because she
it-
hasn't had enough money from him. He called her a gold digger, so I'm saying she got her fill.
But this happens all the time in the celebrity world where their wives or ex-wives or even babies' mamas or they're trying to exploit them. And, you know, I'm not saying to take all their money or necessarily get attention, but there has to be some sense to bring it to the media that they just want to bring light onto themselves or bring about a scandal that's not even true. And this is great for all those tabloids like the Celebrity Magazine. They're just feasting on this.
Oh
They're
yes.
ready to go.
Oh yes.
And the latest thing is that they released this picture of her. Apparently, she's like just her tooth is chipped and the other one's like cut in half.
I'm sure they said he beat her, right?
Yeah, they said like
Right.
this is what he did to me. And so a dentist, and I work for a dentist, so I know my stuff. He saw no evidence that she was struck in the mouth. They're saying that maybe she was hit, maybe she was hit in the head, but that she bit down 'cause of the the force, and that maybe she chipped her veneers,
Wow.
Oh.
which are those caps on your teeth.
I think
fake
it's a
teeth.
mix of both. I think ex-girlfriend and Mel Gibson are a little bit crazy.
little
A
nuts.
crazy
Out
couple
of
put
control.
together.
Out
Yeah.
of control.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not too sure if he's crazy. He's an actor. Let us not forget that. Is he putting on a show?
Right. This could be a whole act that he's putting on.
Because I find it hard to believe. Like when I listen to it, I'm like, this could not. This is impossible. Like no one says these things. No one can be that crazy. And if you are locked up. He needs to be heavily sedated and medicated.
You know, Mel Gibson, he had a history of violence, so this kind of behavior doesn't surprise me. And you know, even at the same time, ironically, all the movies that he was in, he starred in, they were all action. Like he I'm sure he killed someone in at least every single movie he was in. But you know, it really takes a toll. That it's funny because if we did this, it wouldn't be on the news. But since it's Mel Gibson, all over.
Right.
You know, I'm sure that people yell at their girlfriends all the time. Hopefully not in relationships like that we have. But
Be careful with Kim. She's right next to you.
her boyfriend's gonna come and get her.
I gotta say, I haven't been a Mel Gibson fan from the get-go. So lock him up.
Throw
Throw
away
away
the
the
key.
key.
I didn't like your movies.
You know, there really has to be some truth to this. See what comes out, if the tapes were really, if they were edited or not. But if this is the truth, if this is how he really is, then I gotta say he is a crazy, crazy man.
Definitely.
Get him out, lock him up, throw away the key. He doesn't. Maybe he'll get one more movie, a sequel or something.
I mean,
like that.
20 years ago, he was People Magazine's the sexiest man alive. He was the first ever. 10 years ago, he did What Women Want. People were all loving him. Apparently, you don't know what women want, Mel. Ain't happening.
I think that's the only movie where he didn't kill or hurt someone. I just want to say that's the only exception. Payback, Braveheart, you know, Lethal Weapon. He's just out there committing violence. This is all about Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I think it's a case of art imitating life, life imitating art.
Yeah.
Just